Hey everyone, so I have some sad news to share. I lost one of my beehives this winter. It's always sad when this happens, especially when you feel like you've done everything you can as a beekeeper to give them the best chance at surviving the cold months. But sometimes we lose hives due to things beyond our control. In this case, I believe the erratic weather played a big role. Some days temperatures reached as high as 72 degrees, only to drop into the single digits that same night. That kind of fluctuating temperature is incredibly hard on bees, especially during the winter months. And honestly, in this country, it feels like every year it gets harder and harder to keep hives alive. Beekeepers are now losing up to 50% of their hives each year. So there are so many challenges we face as beekeepers, like diseases caused by varroa mites, the excessive use of pesticides, monocultural farming that limits the diversity of nectar and pollen sources, and like in this case, the undeniable effects of climate change. Now, bees in colder regions are really good at surviving harsh winters. They don't hibernate like many animals, they actually stay active inside the hive. Now, to survive the cold, the bees form a tight winter cluster with the queen at the center. Even in freezing temperatures, they can heat the cluster's core to 95 degrees Fahrenheit. And the cooler weather outside actually helps slow their metabolism, so they don't consume as much food, which is critical for getting through the winter. But climate change is really throwing them off. When we get those random warm days in the middle of winter, the bees think it's spring. So they'll break their winter cluster and fly out of the hive expecting to find food. But there's nothing blooming, so they waste their energy foraging for nothing. Some never make it back, and those who do are exhausted and eat even more of the hive's limited food stores just to recover. And when the temperatures suddenly drop again at night, the bees can't always regroup and reform their cluster in time to survive the cold. Now, as beekeepers, we do everything we can to prepare our hives for winter, like insulating, preventing moisture, providing extra food, protecting them against pests, and sometimes even wrapping a hive, depending on your location. But sometimes it's just not enough. The only silver lining in this situation is all the honey and pollen left behind. Later this week, when we get a warmer day, I'll go through my other hives to see if they need extra food. Since this hive didn't die from any transmittable diseases, the honey and pollen is safe to transfer to my other colonies. At least this way, it won't go to waste, and it might help save another hive.